One of the coolest aspects of Disney Worlds and Kingdom Hearts is being able to fight alongside iconic characters and defeat some of the nastiest villains from Disney movies. As a kid playing Kingdom Hearts 1, I hated Maleficent, and I hated her even more when I had to fight the freaking dragon that took me days to beat. Honestly, under some circumstances, this fight still catches me off guard to this day, but I had no clue what to do as a kid. Even with Tinkerbell, I remember struggling so bad on this fight, I found my own strat as a kid to hide behind this little branch because it was the only place I could hide from her attacks, and I just kind of let my party members do the work. I mean, of course, doing this takes a long time. Fighting Disney villains is a major part of the Kingdom Hearts experience in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I love my big heartless kaiju fights, but getting to beat the crap out of Hades again, or fighting Davy Jones or freaking Chernobog just kind of hits different. Do you guys remember playing Dream Drop Distance for the first time and going back to Traverse Town and finding this behemoth that is Julius? If you're like me, you probably had to search up who he was, because he's a Walt Disney character that even predates Oswald and Mickey. A character as old as Oswald is barely featured in Disney material even after they reacquired the rights to him in 2006. So how freaking cool is it for Kingdom Hearts to bring Julius back as the secret boss of Dream Drop Distance? Now, the fight itself, on the other hand, let's not talk about my experience. I mean, I beat him the same way probably a lot of people beat him. But the idea of it, I think, is really sick, and I would love to see more cameos like that. Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 1 especially had a way of making every interaction memorable in both the good and bad ways. Speaking of bad, I have to mention Ice Titan. Look, Ice Titan is one of the most insufferable bosses in Kingdom Hearts 1. I get it, I'm a small Keyblade wielder, I'm not even a master yet, I don't have air step or flow motion or any of the cool movement yet, but look, this fight is so freaking annoying. I'm so tiny, I'm an ant in this fight. I'm fighting the camera way more than I am the boss. At least that's how it was on the PS2. I do like how unique this fight is though, in that it makes you play even more defensively to create your openings, but I think it could have played a little better. And how much of a troll do the devs have to be to not allow me to use arrow in this fight? Like, they knew my strats. I'm over here running side to side in these empty bleachers, slipping on ice. This fight was freaking difficult, yet I kind of love that it exists. Speaking of insufferable fights though, a Disney villain who I think does have some of those in every Kingdom Hearts game somehow is Oogie Boogie. This guy is straight up a troll. I mean, in Kingdom Hearts 1, I wouldn't even describe his fights as hard. They're just kind of gimmicky. As a kid, I definitely struggled a lot on Oogie Boogie 1, but the second fight wasn't too hard for me, just a little annoying trying to navigate like the platforming in that game, trying to figure out like where these little dark orbs are, while also fighting Heartless and dealing with fire. And as for the Kingdom Hearts 2 fight, that's right, away you go. I'll squash you flat. The KH2 fight, man. On critical mode, which is my preferred way to play KH2, that fist and those Heartless that spawn while the fist is still out, I just can't sometimes. I actually cannot. They all one-shot you, just why? I can level 1 no damage Zora, I can fight Roxas with my eyes closed, but this freaking bag of bugs is out here making me rethink the games I choose to enjoy. I love you, KH2, you're the GOAT, but let's move on to something else. I want to talk about Scar in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, for full transparency, I'm not a fan of Lion King's World in KH2. However, the Scar boss fight, I think, is one of the best Disney villain fights in all of Kingdom Hearts. This fight just feels so fast-paced, but still manages to be difficult and engaging. I think it perfectly utilizes Lion Sora's unique movement and speed, and I love the aesthetic of fighting on top of Pride Rock. This isn't the hardest fight in the world or anything, but I say it's the right type of difficult and fun. Also, man, I'll take a chance to beat up Scar any day. Now, the next fight I just think is really freaking cool. Chernobog is perhaps one of the most iconic Disney bosses in Kingdom Hearts, period. And it's kind of crazy he only has a real fight in 2 games, being Kingdom Hearts 1 and kind of Dream Drop Distance. I mean, it's more of a dive segment than a boss fight, but we'll count it. Chernobog's difficulty purely depends on your defense going into this fight. If you want a route in KH1 where your defense is super low, you're going to struggle. If you want a route that prioritizes defense over other stats, you'll probably be able to just wail on the boss and pop a cure every now and then. For me, in my defense deficient routes, I usually have to rely heavily on Tinkerbell and Arrow. The music, the aesthetic of this fight, the fact that it's Chernobog makes this fight exciting. A character who is in so many different Kingdom Hearts games that I will never get tired of fighting is Hades. Hades is always super fun to fight and beat up. It's hilarious to me how he's not even the #1 seed in his own cup in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it's very interesting how in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, both of his fights are pretty much optional. He's just a character I will never get tired of fighting, and I definitely want to see him in future games. Perhaps one of the most hilarious aspects of Kingdom Hearts 2 is just how many times you have to beat up Pete. Like, this guy is literally a cockroach. Like, no matter how many times you put him down, he keeps getting back up. You have to fight him again and again and again, to even some people's annoyance. In the first half of Kingdom Hearts 2, you end up fighting Pete 3 times. Technically, you fight him in Olympus, and you fight both versions of him in Timeless River. He's not even a difficult fight, and he's kind of turned into this gag in the series a little bit. I mean, not only is he in Kingdom Hearts 2, but you also race against him in Birth by Sleep. You fight him in Dream Drop Distance in the Three Musketeers world. This might just be me, but I partially wouldn't mind if they kept the gag of fighting Pete, or just having Pete involved in these worlds as a thing going forward. Now, because the series has ran through some of the most iconic villains already, we've definitely seen an increase over the years in giant Heartless taking the place of Disney villains in fights. And with Kingdom Hearts slowly selecting newer Disney movies, this might end up being a thing for a lot of worlds, even in the future. A lot of newer Disney movies don't have villains like they did back then. There's bad guys or morally wrong characters, but I don't see a Encanto world happening where we're fighting Abuela with the Keyblade. And this especially becomes the case if they go with a more original story for Worlds. I wouldn't panic about that too much though, because we did get a fight like Davy Jones in Kingdom Hearts 3, which I thought was amazing. And I do think when it counts, we'll see other Disney villains as bosses in the future. Like, if we get an Incredible World, I can't imagine not fighting Syndrome or the robot. They'd have to be insane not to include that. With Kingdom Hearts, it's not even that all these bosses play amazing, or are some masterclass in boss design like Yozora is. No, with Disney villain bosses, it's not always about the fight being good, it's about the moment being memorable. However, the fights being good would be appreciated. This even goes for smaller fights though, like not every Disney villain is a Maleficent or Genie Jafar. Sometimes they're the Beagle Boys and they just need to be roughed up a little bit. And theoretically, with Kingdom Hearts, you could do almost anything. They let us fight Marshmallow in Kingdom Hearts 3, and that was one of my most requested fights in the game, and I'm happy I got it. It was one of the few highlights of the Arendelle world. Though I also think it would have been cool to rough up Han a little bit. Kingdom Hearts 2 let you even fight Beast for a tiny segment during the story. That means almost nothing in the grand scheme of the game, but it shows that something as small as that can make a memorable moment that makes the overall experience so much better. I don't know how many more of these moments we have left in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, but I'm gonna enjoy every small one we get. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Prodigy, and remember to be nice, be safe, and take care, everyone.